Robert the Monster Among Marks Drap here. I'm back again with our SmackDown Live review. And, you know, normally I say I'm here once again with my good friend, the mosh pit starting, spell casting, slightly insane in the membrane. She's absolutely going to nail me for that intro. The heavy metal hippie Sierra. But unfortunately, she was not able to make it this evening. But you will have to suffer on with yours truly through this actually really good episode of SmackDown Live. This one emanating from the University of Texas, hook 'em horns, in Austin, Texas. Yours truly being a native of the great city of Houston. I still really liked this episode of SmackDown Live, no matter where it came from in the Lone Star State. Now, I do have a few other things that I want to get to in this show. But I want to talk about, oh wow, that is not the one that I was hoping for. That was not what I wanted to bring up there, sorry. But the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is saying thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share all those wonderful things down below. Hit the bell for the notifications. We do this every day after every SmackDown Live show, and we're going to be bringing up this man over here, Daniel Bryan. That's right, the new wave that Daniel has been going on, and I really kind of dig a bit of what he's doing. In that the shtick they've given him now is not that would normally afford a WWE champion a lot of hatred. And the fact is with the way that he puts it, it's very, very heelish. I actually really like it. I don't know if the shirt he's wearing, which I tried to get. Well, I mean, I probably could have got a better screen cap of it, but I didn't. I want to say that the shirt he was wearing, I don't know if that's going to be like his new gimmick or if that's just a shirt he thought was cool and decided to wear. But we'll get there. The show opens with a recap of last week's altercation between Paige, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte, where Paige was going to give Charlotte another match against Becky Lynch, and this then devolved into the entire women's roster coming out to state that they had good reason to be involved in the title match and that each and every one of them deserved it, and Paige then setting up the Battle Royale for the main event that Asuka then won. We then cut to the ringside where tables, ladders, and chairs are all neatly set up around the ring. The SmackDown Women's Championship is suspended above the ring, and Paige is in the middle of the ring with the table for the official contract signing. She wastes little time in not only welcoming us to SmackDown Live, stating that this is the land of opportunity, not only the land of opportunity, but where they make history. And she then brings out the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, and then Charlotte, and followed lastly by Becky Lynch. Lynch is super over and is heavily cheered as she comes out, and she cuts this promo basically saying that if they're making history, it must be Tuesday because she does it every day. It doesn't matter if you were given this position, if you earned this position, or you're you. And she points at Charlotte, that she's just going to beat both of them. Charlotte fires back, talking about how she will beat Becky Lynch, and Asuka brings up the fact, inserts herself, says, "I know I could have beaten Ronda Rousey, because you didn't. I know she's never beaten me. And Charlotte then brings up, well, I beat you. I beat you and ended the streak. So Becky Lynch is just like, listen, it doesn't matter. I'm going to win. Signs the contract, walks away. Asuka says, oh, you want to talk about breaking things? I'll break you right now. They are then interrupted by Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. They just like, listen, you got lucky winning that battle royale. I was rolling until you came in and stole it from me. The four women bicker a bit before Paige pulls a Teddy Long. Oh, you guys won't have a difference of opinion? Well, we gonna have a tag team match, playa. I am only a little sorry about that. But we get so basically we get Asuka and Charlotte versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. We come back from commercial. Shane McMahon is in the back. It's like they just cut to Shane McMahon, and Miz walks up on him demanding to know why he has to host Miz TV with Daniel Bryan. And Shane's like, listen, the WWE universe wants answers. You're a good man. It's the most must-see TV, most must-see thing on TV. So, and then we get a little bit more of that Miz as a dad to the trophy kind of thing. And again, it was as humorous as it always has been. Back in the ring, we start with Asuka versus Deville. You know, it's very much Asuka running through both women as Sonya Deville eventually gets a tag on Mandy Rose, but Asuka continues to control before a reluctant tag by Charlotte puts her in, and she runs things until Becky comes down with the title now on her shoulder before the commercial break. Back from the commercial, we get the heel team in control again of Asuka. She eventually breaks away with almost like this, because she went for because Mandy Rose, who was in the ring, goes for this like wheelbarrow, the wheelbarrow, but Asuka then reverses it with like this, instead of, you know, doing the over the shoulder stunner, like down stunner-esque kind of move, and gets, you know, she makes the hot tag to Charlotte, who just, you know, bulldozes through everything, hits a spear. Asuka's climbing her way back up onto the apron, as you do when you're the face and you've done a lot of work. Mandy Rose runs around and pulls Asuka down to get on the apron to elbow strike Charlotte. Charlotte gets hit in the face, turns around, and this spins her around. As she's spinning, Asuka pulls her down and climbs back up onto the apron, where she eats a big boot from Charlotte. Charlotte gives this face like, ah, damn it. I'm going to pay for that later. Deville attempts to roll up Charlotte, who then reverses it into her own roll up. Asuka just slides in and just bam, right in the face with her foot before, you know, sliding out, allowing Deville to pick up the pinfall victory. This was an okay match. I didn't hate it. It was well put together, well executed, told the story they needed to tell, and I actually am surprised we didn't see more of the heel domination by Charlotte and the others, like her just turning around and demonstratingly beating Asuka with the rest of the heels. But next segment we get a close-up of Jon Stewart, who's apparently going to be at Tribute to the Troops along with Xavier Woods. We're moving into the triple threat with Xavier Woods, who has the rest of New Day, who have their own commentary table as they have in previous iterations of this. Cesaro with Sheamus on the outside, and Jey Uso with Jimmy. Very early on, Xavier Woods and Jey Uso work over Cesaro and knock him out the ring before going one-on-one with each other. This was actually a very good segment in the early going with both men, kind of trading and showing they know each other very well. There was even a little kind of, mid-ring slap, whop, like, yeah, no, I recognize you're good. I know I'm good. Respect, kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, that's good. Let's keep doing that. We go to commercial, and I'm sorry. Before we go to commercial, Cesaro rolls back in the ring just to get double teamed by Jey and Xavier. Coming back, there was I'm just gonna start going to the big spots here. There was a huge spot where Xavier Woods, I guess he was trying to crossbody, but Cesaro catches him kind of in the backpack fireman's carry position over the shoulders, knocks down Jey Uso, and does the Cesaro swing. He doesn't get but like 2 revolutions before. No, I'm sorry, he only got 1. Gets the revolution, throws Xavier off his back, steps through for the sharpshooter. Xavier Woods, he hits the he puts the sharpshooter on Xavier Woods. Jey hits a super kick on him. To kind of break it up, and then Xavier tries to roll him up. Just wow. And then this was very much like one member of the face team would do a move that would set up the other one to do a move back, and then that person would try to get the pinfall. It would be broken up, or it would be stopped. It would be interrupted. And in the end, Jey hits a second super kick, which Xavier just comes in, tosses Jey out, rolls Cesaro up for the super kick, for the 2 count. Jey gets back in to, Xavier tries to roll up Cesaro. Jey breaks it up, tosses Cesaro out, tosses Xavier out, hooks the leg, 1, 2, 3. Jey Uso picks up the win in this triple threat match. We get a backstage interview with Rusev and the Ravishing Russian Lana. We get a replay of the of last week where Nakamura attacked Rusev before the match even started, and basically says, and Nakamura, he's like, Nakamura's treating that title like a little child, holding it like a baby, but it is not a toy, it is not a child, it is more precious than that. That it has that he respects the title, that he's gonna bring it back, he's gonna win it. And again, I really like Rusev. I do. He starts talking about his own physique. He did the pec flex where he could make his pecs flex, and then he showed his arm. He's like, my pecs are like wine barrels. My biceps bigger than Mount Fuji, and I'm going to beat Nakamura, and I'm going to win the U.S. Championship on the most sacred of days, Rusev Day. He actually does it like that, but unfortunately, because Rusev is a wrestler, not very well classically trained to be in the musical persuasions, it doesn't sound as good as when Aiden English did it. Fight me. I don't care. We get a little bit of Lars Sullivan hype. I think this was yet more video package. We get Miz TV. He goes into his regular spiel to start Miz TV. R-Truth and Carmella come out to just interrupt him for 7 seconds for a dance break. And then R-Truth goes, "As you were," and walks away with Carmella. And it's just like, wow, I have to take over take back my show now. Are you guys ready? Yeah. Do you mind if I continue? Yeah. Well, too bad, I'm going to continue anyway. He brings out the new Daniel Bryan. We get a replay of Daniel Bryan's win over Styles before Survivor Series. And then we have the reason why I took these screenshots. If you notice, he came out without nameplates on him on the sides here. These pictures, I mean, it kind of threw me. I mean, especially this guy right here. I mean, let's talk about that. I personally don't really have a problem with a lot of stylistic choices that WWE makes, but this doesn't look right. I always feel like having this no nameplate looks weird to me. But then again, there's nothing really normal about the new Daniel Bryan. Miz says Daniel seems different, like there's a certain je ne sais quoi that he's basically saying that because Daniel Bryan finally listened, finally took his advice, and did whatever it took to win the WWE Championship, that he was right all along. For 8 years, he's been saying it. And Daniel Bryan's like, listen, do you think I care about any of these people? They're basically sheep. They are doing whatever's popular. They don't even know why. They're doing a chant from 20 years ago because the crowd kept chanting what? And it's like, wow, you dunked on the what chant. Good job. He starts also bragging about his intelligence. He then goes on a tirade, basically saying how he kicked a man in the groin one time on one day, but these people harm the earth on a daily basis, drinking from their plastic water bottles, eating factory-produced food that is packed with chemicals, that the factories emit methane, which causes permanent climate change. Irrevocably, or however you say that, irreversibly, every day, every week, every month, every year. They make the planet worse for future generations. Miz brings it back to himself and demands that Bryan answer the following question. Is he champion? Is he WWE champion because he finally listened to the Miz's advice? Basically says yes, no, yes, no. What is truly important is that it doesn't matter if I finally listen to you. What matters is the old Daniel Bryan is dead. The yes movement. And he pulls out the side plates, the yes side plates, and pitches them. It's at this point, Styles comes out, rushes the ring. Daniel Bryan pitches the Miz at Styles. When Miz falls down, he grabs Styles' ankle, who kicks him in the face. Daniel Bryan is on the outside of the ring and then hops the barricade, but Styles catches up to him, pulls him back over. goes to throw him in the ring to hit, to beat him up some more. Daniel Bryan passes through the ring. Miz gets up in his face, throws him into the turnbuckle, then hits the skull-crushing finale as Daniel Bryan heads up the ramp. And wow. We are then informed as we come back from commercial that it will be Miz versus Miz versus AJ Styles in the main event. And we have Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. We get a replay of Orton's beatdown of Rey Mysterio from last Tuesday and a video promo by Orton on Mysterio and how he's got to squash another cockroach in Jeff Hardy. This was a good match. Again, Jeff Hardy knows what he's doing. He's very, very good at it. And Randy Orton barely ever puts out a bad match when he's got the right dance partner, and in this case, he does. Like I said, there was a good section towards the end where Orton hit the draping DDT, coils for the RKO. Hardy dodges it. Tries to counter with the twist of fate. Turns around. Orton again tries for the RKO before Hardy hits a crossbody. Knocks Orton out of the ring. Does a suicide dive to the outside. Beats Orton up on the outside. Puts him on top of the announce table. Peels off the top flap of the Spanish announce table. Puts Orton on top of it. Goes to the top turnbuckle to hit the swanton on him. It's at this point that Samoa Joe comes on a Titantron from a bar. Basically saying, oh, hey, Jeff. Yeah, I'm here at the bar, just watching you go. You're doing good so far. Keep it up. I got everything locked down here. Don't worry about it. Then he asks the random patron sitting there, hey, you guys need another round? This gives Orton the opening to knock Hardy off his perch. To roll back in the ring, hit the RKO, pick up the victory. And it's after the bell, Joe continues to taunt Jeff Hardy with this very, in a vacuum. If you just cut out all the storyline and you put that out there, it's a good thing. It was a very good PSA. It was basically about about warning people about the the dangers of excessive drinking. And then he turns it around. Basically, when you add the storyline in, this is a very huge stab at Jeff Hardy, and I cannot wait to see the feud between these two. It's just going to be phenomenal. I can't wait for it. We get the start of Miz versus Styles. Daniel Bryan is caught in the back saying that he's interviewed by Dasha Fuentes saying that everything he does is a calculated move and that he'll be on commentary for the match. Match starts. Basically, Daniel Bryan on commentary was wonderful with Corey Graves playing even more into the what seems to be gimmick of the environmentally conscious heel Daniel Bryan. Again, AJ Styles is just amazing. Miz knows how the hell to wrestle, so the two of these guys in the ring together was just really good. A+. I really felt bad for Byron Saxton, and I normally don't, but he goes off, just straight off on Byron Saxton when Byron asks, what would your daughter think? What does Brie think of this? What would your daughter think of this? And basically, Bryan's like, you know what? I hope my daughter kicks 10 men in the groin. 100, 1,000. I hope she kicks everyone that she meets in the groin. I hope she kicks you in the groin. It's like, wow. Savage. Again, Bryan on commentary with a good match for the background. Never a bad thing. There was a point where Styles is on the outside. He's got Miz down, and it looks like Daniel Bryan was going for a handshake, like a friendly gesture. And this gives Miz the opening to run Styles into both the steel steps and the barricade before rolling him back in the ring, hitting the skull-crushing finale, and getting a near fall. Now, here's the thing. I think that commentary should have played this up, because the skull-crushing finale is one of very, very, very few finishers that are supremely protected. I mean, I could count on maybe one hand the number of WWE finishers that still have the impact that they've always had, and when you kick out of them, it's a big deal. The skull-crushing finale, the pedigree by Triple H. I would argue most of the finishers by The Undertaker, especially the Tombstone. He hits the Tombstone, you're done. That's basically how it's been. I can't really think of any other one that has been a mainstay finisher that has been hit and then that was lights out it. Maybe the Stunner, but maybe not so much in these days. Still, that would be an interesting list to go over. Styles kicks out, goes, I guess he was trying to get up the rope, like climb the ropes to get back to his feet, and Daniel Bryan grabs him in the ankle, tripping him. Bryan then gets a kick to the head for his troubles. As Miz regains his feet, Styles also joins him. Miz tries for a second skull-crushing finale, only to be rolled up into the calf crusher and quickly tapping out from there. Daniel Bryan wastes no time. Like, there was a good section in the match where the Miz was working Styles' leg, and Bryan hits a chop block, starts, wailing his leg into the turnbuckle, throwing him into the other steel post, getting him back in the ring, locking in a heel hook, a bunch of referees screaming in his face. He lets it go, grabs Styles by the arms as he has in the past, repeatedly stomps on him, does this more than once, goes over to the ring announcer after grabbing his WWE title and badgers. God, I know this guy. Like, it's not Terry Schiavone, but it's still somebody who's done it for a very, very long time. Like, he has a name, and I feel bad that I didn't have the time to look into it, or rather, I didn't take the time to look into who the ring announcer for SmackDown is. But he's called so many matches. He's really good at what he does. Badgers him into saying, "Here's your WWE champion, the new Daniel Bryan." Bryan grabs a microphone, taunting the crowd. Basically, you won't cheer? You don't like me? You think I'm bad? And after every time the crowd, boos him or chants no, he shouts fickle. He then turns around, sees that Styles is attempting to get back to his feet, and the closing image is Daniel Bryan with the heel hook reapplied on Styles, referees all over him as we close out the show. Again, we're another week. We have one more Raw, one more SmackDown before TLC. I really can't wait. This is going to be really good. I'm very much seeing that I don't think we have a stipulation for Styles versus Daniel Bryan. This is going to be a straight match. I don't think there's any match on the card. Oh, one match that's on the card that got added before the triple threat match. We also get the announcement that the Bar will face New Day and the Usos in a triple threat match for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. This is, again, with the exception of the Women's Championship, there is not another match on the card, as far as I can remember, that has a stipulation like the TLC. So, really, we will be seeing, and hopefully we'll be seeing, an added stipulation. But I want to say I see it coming, or I want to say that it will happen, but I don't think it will. I don't honestly see there being a stipulation added to this match, or to any of the matches. I think we're going to get, we've got Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin, which, to get a little bit into the news and rumors, apparently Braun Strowman was sighted backstage during SmackDown Live. Like, he was there. And maybe he's just, kind of working out the kinks, maybe doing a little bit of dark matches or what have you, as he gets reevaluated for his elbow injury, to kind of gauge where he's at in relation to his recovery period and his expected return for TLC. Now, Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin will be contested under TLC rules, which kind of actually makes me wonder how the hell they're going to pull that off, because in a traditional TLC match, it's basically a ladder match with the added bonus of using chairs and ladders like you couldn't already in a normal ladder match, but we're not going there. We've got God, I can't even think of any other. We got the Women's Championship match, which is also a TLC match. I don't really think there's any other match on the cards that is slotted to be contested under a stipulation that would be extreme like TLC. But hey, I could be wrong. If I am, let me know in the comments section below. I invite you and I welcome it. Again, I want to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all those wonderful things down below. Hit the bell for the notifications. Follow the show on Twitter at InMoshPit. I'm at Rob's Random Roms. My good friend Sierra is at Heavy Metal Hippie. We will see you all tomorrow night for the NXT 205 live review. Later.